Could Rome be the woman on the beast? That would make good sense, because the beast she rides is the revived Roman Empire. This woman is also called the great whore, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. Obviously, literal whoredom and fornication would be impossible for a city, but spiritual fornication would be possible if the city were a spiritual entity. Jerusalem is such a city. It is called the Holy City and the City of God, having been chosen by God to represent Him to the nations. Tragically, Jerusalem violated that relationship and was repeatedly accused by God's prophets of spiritual harlotry and adultery. Isaiah said of Jerusalem, "How is the faithful city become a harlot?" Jerusalem, however, can't be the woman riding the beast, because it wasn't built on 7 hills, nor does it meet any of the other criteria in John's vision. One other city, and only one in the world, is a spiritual entity and could therefore commit spiritual fornication with the kings of the earth, and it is built on 7 hills. Again, that city is Rome, the headquarters of Roman Catholicism, which declares itself to be the headquarters of the true church. Its pope claims to be the vicar of Christ. Moreover, the Roman Catholic Church asserts that its members have replaced Israel, the true people of God, and that Rome is therefore the New Jerusalem. Catholic Rome claims the very titles God gave to Jerusalem: the Holy City, the City of God, and even the Eternal City. We've already discovered from John's vision that these 4 criteria, being a city known as Babylon, built on 7 hills, and committing spiritual fornication with earth rulers, have ruled out every city on earth except Rome. We are, of course, not talking about political, civil Rome, but about religious Rome, and more specifically, the Vatican and the Roman Catholic Church. John Paul II has gathered leaders of the world's major religions a number of times and embraced them all as worshippers of the true God, including Hindus, Buddhists, Muslims, animists, Shintoists, shamans, witches, and others. He told Hindu audiences in India that he had not come to teach them anything, but to learn from their rich spiritual heritage, to which the entire world ought to give heed. Everyone is embraced by Rome, except evangelical Christians, whom the Pope calls sects, and warns Catholics against their errors, as he did in Mexico City in May 1990, and elsewhere since that time. One need only read the, quote, ecumenical, unquote, documents coming out of the Vatican from the Pope and cardinals, such as Cardinal Cassidy, President of the Pontifical Council for Promoting Christian Unity, and Cardinal Arinze, President of the Pontifical Council for Interreligious Dialogue, to realize that by ecumenism, Rome means all religions uniting under the Pope. This was clear in the general report of Cardinal Arinze to the extraordinary consistory of cardinals at the Vatican in April 1991, as it is in Arinze's new book, Religions for Peace. The deception is such that the Lutheran World Federation signed with the Vatican a declaration saying that Lutherans and Catholics were now in agreement and basically renouncing the Reformation. Yet nothing in Catholicism's false gospel of works and rituals has changed. The prophesied world religion is in the process of being formed before our eyes, and the Vatican is the headquarters of the movement. Is this not spiritual fornication? Has spiritual Rome violated its claimed relationship with Christ and thus been guilty of spiritual fornication? Christ said that his kingdom is not of this world and that his servants do not fight. Yet the popes, who included some of the greatest military commanders in history, fought with armies and navies in the name of Christ to build a huge kingdom, an unrivaled worldwide empire of property, wealth, and political influence that is very much of this world. And they have repeatedly engaged in partnership and thus spiritual fornication with emperors, kings, and princes, claiming to be the bride of Christ. The Roman Catholic Church has been in bed with ungodly rulers down through history. In more recent times, there were even alliances with Mussolini and Hitler. The Vatican literally put Mussolini into power. Pope Pius XI and his cardinals praised him as a man chosen by God and forbade Roman Catholics